is the Red Forum. If you're just joining for the first time, now is the best time to click the subscribe button. So thank you for joining me today. At the last video, I had talked about this new course. This new program I'm currently enrolled in, which where we take some courses where we take renewable energy on a course-by-course basis. I'm starting with the community development versus renewable energy projects. And I had mentioned at the last time that the first module is really focused on trying to overcome opposition to renewable energy development projects in the community. Now, one challenge, if you are a project manager or you're trying to scale a renewable energy development project, one challenge you're probably going to be facing is trying to get the locals to buy into the idea, because we all know that if the locals are not keen on your project, the project is going to have some hiccups. Now, what some or many project managers try to do is to find out, okay, who are the community heads in this environment, in this community, who we can meet with, try to share the project ideas and see if they can bring other people on board. Now, that method should work in an ideal world. However, we do not live in an ideal world, and over time it has been discovered that these community heads themselves might actually be the problem, because in the first place, if you're unable to buy into, or if you're unable to get the buy-in of those local community heads, that's already a challenge. They can poison the minds of the community members. Then there's also the part of distrust between the community members and the local community heads. People tend to believe, oh, our chief has collected money, and that's why they are bringing this project. Those people, they've bribed them off, and that's why they are bringing this project to harm us in the society. Now, it brings to the fore that you cannot overcome this opposition by just handpicking some certain people and sharing details with them. So for my project assignment, I had submitted that I think that a better approach would be trying to involve the entire community. So as much as possible, yes, we need input from the community heads to be like your ear, to let you know how the community is feeling, so you know how to plan and strategize to meet their needs. But at the same time, you also need to speak for yourself. You need to let the community people hear your voice, feel your passion and why you want this project in their locality. What benefits is it going to bring? What impact is it going to have on their livelihood, on their businesses, on their health? People need to be informed, because if you try to shield them from this information, there's an alluded mistrust that comes with shielding information, because people feel that you're not sharing as much information because there's something you're trying to hide. So rather than doing that, for projects like this, for relatively new, in quotes, relatively new technology, you want to give out as much information as possible. Now, we live in a digital world, which means that as easy as it is to give out true and authentic information, it's also similarly easy to give out fake information. So there's a possibility that as you're trying to churn out positive and authentic information, someone else, for whatever reason, is also trying to churn out negative and fake information. And of course, the internet is filled with lots of information. So how do you get people to understand that this is the right channel for this particular project? These are the pros and these are the cons. One thing I suggest is trying to get a dedicated project communication channel, right? So you go to a community, for instance, you try to hold a town hall meeting with the people, get to feel their pulse, get to share your vision for the project. It's not just enough to tell people, oh, we want to build a solar grid here in your community. What is a solar grid? Why do we need a solar grid? What is the benefits for us here? What is the adverse effects that could possibly come from you bringing a wind farm to our locality? You want people to be aware, because knowledge, like we like to say, is power. So when people are on the same page with you, it's easier. And at such town hall meetings, you can then be an avenue for you to let them know, okay, for this project, these are our authentic channels of information. So people already know where to see information part time on the project as the project goes. So gone are the days where you just bring your engineers and then you're coming, you just you settle some people at the top and have conversations with them to let them know this is what we are going to do, this is what we intend to do. No, carry everybody along. It's a digital world now. More people can be carried along as your project goes. Updates on the project, help people to become involved. So there's the beauty of ownership. When people feel that it is our project, their reaction is completely different from when they feel that, oh, someone in the government is trying to do something in our society. So for me, I feel that to tackle opposition that is faced with renewable energy development projects, one thing that is very key is to have dedicated information channels to be your own mouthpiece and to share this information with the people. Then another thing is to be sure that whatever information you're sharing is authentic and proven, because if you tell people that you're going to get so and so benefits from this project that you're bringing to your community, and at the end of the day the project comes to the community and they're not getting that benefit, it simply means that the next time you want to do a project, you're going to have a hard time. In fact, you're going to have a hard time completing the one you're already on, because people become distrustful of whatever it is that you are saying. So as project managers in renewable energy development, it's not just the engineering part, it's not just focusing on your project. You're focusing on your project, and then you're focusing on the people that you're working with. These people form the scope of the project, and you have to include them in your plan. They have to be an active part of your plan to ensure that your plans succeed. Because we have lots and lots of renewable energy development projects that have paused along the way, not because of finances, but because the local people in the area have refused to let the project continue. You don't want to have that for your project. And so these are steps basically that you can incorporate in your project design. Like I mentioned earlier, the course I'm currently on is a continuing one. So each week we look at one aspect or the other of renewable energy development as it engages with the community. Next week or next video, I'm going to be sharing with you a very key question, right? So we're all saying renewable energy, trying to move towards green. The question is the time now, or is this just an idealistic plan? Is 2050 just the dream? Is it something that is achievable? Is it something that the time is now, or is it something that we're trying to force too hard to achieve at this time? Keep a date with me at the next Red Forums session, and I hope you enjoy this one.